once again for the renegade master. Back 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 once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades, and we are back for All That Is Love Island Season 10 Episode 53. Before we get into it, as I'm gonna say, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so you know when I'm on, because I am on the road to 1k. So come on people, come on in and hit that button and let's talk. Right, the first thing I'm going to start off by saying is Mitch was on some bloody demon time, but not the good demon time. Beelzebub had come up from his freaking throne and settled himself in Mitch, because that man was the devil, like the devil all through this episode. But as I said, we'll keep going on. Right, so they didn't even get to wipe the sleep out of their eyes before a text came through and Mitch and Ella B went on their date. So while they're off on their little date, the villa starts chatting. So all I would say is, where was the bro code for Mitch when Zach started pillow talking Molly and telling Molly what Mitch had said about Ella B being fake? So as I said before, there's only 3 people in a little bit of hierarchy that consider themselves a part of that bro code, and that is Zach, that is Tom, and that is Sammy. Mitch is not a part of that bro code. He totally is not a part of that bro code. So that's the reason why Ty did not pull Zach up on the fact that he apparently broke bro code in telling Molly what Mitch had said to the guys without the girls. It's quite telling that. Very telling that. But we shall carry on. So now you know Mitch and Ella B are on their date, and Mitch is telling her like all that she wants to hear, that he thinks they're going in the right trajectory. When he was doing his little speech to Ella B and she was lapping it up and they were like feeding into each other, I was sitting there thinking to myself, so my dude, when are you going to tell her? When are you going to tell her what you told the dudes? That you thought she was fake? That you didn't know whether this was going to go anywhere, and you thought she was basically hanging on to stay in the villa more so than she wanted to be with you? When was that conversation going to happen? Because I didn't know that apparently they're on these dates for about 2 hours. They're out of the villa for 2 hours. So you're telling me within those 2 hours, Mitch couldn't say not a bean to this gal. Not a bean to this gal. And then he decided that he's going exclusive. I thought, you're playing a little shitteroo, you are. He really is playing a merry game. Now, she's catching feelings for him, and you can see that she's catching feelings for him. She's going to get her tiny little heart broken. Because Mitch is a pussy. He really is. He really is a pussy. I have to say that last night's episode was definitely a hard watch for me. I think more so seeing how Mitch was behaving with Ella B. It was a definite hard watch for me, man. And then when, as I said, he asked her to be exclusive, and I was kind of like, but you called her fake? The devil should grab him by the fucking heels and drag him straight back to hell. I was like, what is he playing? I really, honestly and truly didn't know what he was playing at. And then you had the whole beehive in the villa going on. You had Molly going and speaking to Wit. And I thought, oh, okay. I know why she told Wit, because Wit is one of those people where she will tell the girl. She will literally tell the girl, like, they see as some type of girl code, because it wouldn't be fair on Ella B coming up in here, holding hands with him, acting all happy, being, you know, having those levels of happiness, and then literally not knowing what this dude is saying behind your back. So Wit is one of them women where she will literally tell the girl what's what at the end of the day. I wouldn't say it was the right thing for her to do, and I wouldn't say it was the right thing for her to do, to be honest with you, because you're going to do what you're going to do in order to try and protect the feelings of somebody else that you've probably grown a little bit close to within the villa, because don't forget, they're with each other day in, day out. They have no one else to speak to. So yeah, it would have been totally rotten. It would have been totally rotten if probably nobody didn't say anything and waited on Mitch to say something to Ella B, because I swear down, you'd be waiting for a long damn time for that man to say a damn anything at all. So then it goes back to Mitch and Ella B, and then they have to lock in their votes for least compatible. My first thought was you should have picked yourselves. If there was an option for them to pick themselves, they should have picked themselves, because they are the least compatible. They ended up picking Wit and Locken for the most stupidest reasons ever. Like, stupidest reasons ever. But I already know, because everybody's formed their different relationships with different people in there. So we know he's not going to vote for Molly and Zach. We know they're not going to vote for Sammy and Jess. So the only other, and you know they're not going to vote for Ty and Ella either, because Mitch has a good relationship with Ty. So, the only other option was Wit and Locken at the end of the day, because they have butted heads. So I do think it was a stupid reason that they picked them. And as I said, they should, if there was an option for them to pick themselves, they really should have just picked themselves, to be honest with you, because they are the least compatible within that place altogether. So then you have Ella B and Mitch come back in, and of course Ella B is gushing about all the good things that happened, because the girls are on one side, the guys are on the other side, and they're having their chats. And the fact that Ella B then tells them that they made it exclusive with each other, basically, and all of the girls went, oh, I was happy for her, but then kind of apprehensive, because everybody knew what was going to come next. So then Mitch is talking to the guys and telling the guys, like, he's made it exclusive with her, and Zach's face was a picture, because he was like, what? Everyone was like, what? But I don't understand, from what you said to her, from her being fake to now you're being exclusive. What's going on? What's missing? What are we missing in this picture? So Mitch is trying to explain it away in the fact that he's saying that he got insecure, basically. He got very insecure, and he was just thinking that this is too good to be true, and that's the reason why he was saying what he was saying. And my first thought was bollocks. Like, absolute bollocks. Because how can you go from the one night, yeah, telling all of them that you believe that she's fake, and she's only in the villa basically to get what she can get out of it, and she doesn't really want to be with him, and all this, that and the other, and he doesn't feel that there's just something missing, yeah. How do you go from that to them being exclusive to then saying, oh, it's because I was insecure? So my first thought would have been, well, why the fuck didn't you talk to Ella B first? Why didn't you talk to Ella B first about how you were feeling at the end of the day, rather than going around the remit, then for it to get back to her, but not back to her from your mouth, from someone else's mouth, which is a way lot worse. That's what I don't understand. I don't understand how this man's brain thinks, like, seriously. He is so immature. He's immature. He's freaking gaslights like a motherfucker. And he is a manipulative shit. That's the three things I will say about Mitch. But you lot can let me know what you think, so get those comments rolling. So Molly and Zach go on their dates. And the only thing I can say about their date is it was pink. Like, a lot of pink. I am not a pink person. That was a lot of pink. Anyway, we then screen forwards to Mitch and all of them sitting down, just having a chat. And basically Mitch is saying that he will grab Ella B for a chat in a minute, basically to speak to her about what he'd said. He was not going to do that. He was not going to do that. So the person who then called her forward was Wit. And even Locken went, oh, uh-oh. But then Mitch was kind of like, well, I'll let her tell her in that sense. So you say you were going to talk to her, but then you're going to let the girl Wit tell Ella B what she needed to tell her, and then kind of probably see where the chips may fall, then try and slot yourself in order to make sure that you have the best excuse that you can have to get her back on track. That's how I saw it anyway. That's how I saw Mitch was playing it. So Wit told her, and of course Ella B was shocked and upset and couldn't believe it. So then she gets up and she calls. So then she gets up and she calls Mitch over for a chat. So she's speaking to Mitch. Now, why is this man getting frustrated? Why is this man getting frustrated when he caused the situation in the first place? This is what I don't understand. Why he started to present himself as though he was the victim and hard done by, and he caused the situation in the first place. This is why I'm telling you, this man is the devil. This man is the devil. This man, as I said, is a total manipulator. He's a total manipulator. And throughout that whole conversation, he was gaslighting the hell out of Ella B. Full on gaslighting the hell out of Ella B. And the fact that he had this girl sitting there bawling her freaking eyes out, literally hurt at what he said and what he's done. And this man didn't even lean in and give her nothing. No show of affection. No, I'm sorry. No hug. No nothing. And I thought, seriously, my girl, after you've done dried your tears, seriously think back to this moment right now, you sitting and blotting yourself out in front of this dude and he isn't paying you no mind. My dude ain't even looking at you. All he's doing is getting more frustrated by the fact that you're crying. That's what he was doing. Getting more frustrated by the fact that Ella B was emotional. I would have said, you know what, fuck this, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Don't pass go, don't collect $200. Bye-bye. Done. Get out my sight, get out of my line of vision, get out of everything, don't talk to me. But you know what? The girls in this villa never do that. They don't do that at all, really, do they? No, they don't. They allow these men to freaking walk all the fuck all over them and give them the sweet talk and what they want to hear, and then still give them another chance. So then you got Ella B gone over. She's sitting with Wit. She's sitting with, I think it's OG Ella. And then you've got Mitch and she's sitting with Jess as well. And you've got Mitch who's talking to the lads. And Sammy is literally blowing smoke up his ass. I can't remember exactly what Sammy was saying, but he was trying to placate freaking Mitch's feelings. And I'm like, no, don't do that, because the dude did wrong and he needs to learn what he did wrong so he can rectify the mistake he made. So no, stop placating this man's feelings and blowing smoke up his ass. He's probably had people do that for him as he's grown up at the end of the day. So he's never accepted responsibility, A, for the things that he freaking says, and B, for the harm that he causes people. So he thinks he's just caused to do this to Ella B and let her do what she needs to do. So then he's then walking past them, completely ignores Ella B sitting there, still crying, still crying, to the point half of her false lashes have come off her face, still crying. And then pulls Jess to the side to go speak to Jess, and then starts giving the excuse that he gave about that he just thought it was too good to be true and da-da-da-da-da. No, though, Mitch has not once said that he said that he believed Ella B was fake before he got into the I was feeling emotional, insecure. I didn't know if this relationship would work. It was too good to be true and all that, yada, yada, yada. He never once says, yes, I did turn around and say that she was fake. That bit doesn't come up in that scenario. So as Jess and Mitch are talking, you got Mitch saying he's livid. And the only reason this man is livid is because the rumour mill got started and Whip went and told Ella B to sit you beforehand. He's livid because no one came to him first. Why the fuck should they come to you first? Your point of call, my dude, was to go to Ella B first and have that chat with her. If you felt that insecure about how she was with you, or you felt that the relationship you was having with her was too good to be true, your first point of call would have been Ella B. You should have had that conversation with her, rather than standing there of a night time with the lads and chatting this girl behind her back. That's not a right and nice thing to do at the end of the day. And then you expected that to stay quiet. Are you having a laugh, mate? You expected that to stay quiet, and you know who it was who broke the bro code for you? Zach. That's who it was. So that's the only person you can motherfucking blame once you realise who it was who let the cat out of the bag to Molly at the end of the day. So we go back to Molly and Zach's date, and they pick Mitch and Ella B as the least compatible couple, which I'm happy for, because it's time for Mitch to say bye-bye to the villa at the end of the day. It really is time for this man to say bye-bye to the villa. And then Zach actually turned around and opened up and said that he loved Molly. The only thing I can say about Zach is he really doesn't know how to communicate. Like, seriously, doesn't know how to communicate. We all knew he wanted to say I love you to Molly, because he kept saying I like you. We knew what it meant. We were just waiting for him to catch up, really, at the end of the day. So basically they come back. Zach is sitting and chatting. Ella B's there as well. She's come over and she's basically asking Zach, what is it that Mitch said? Because he's not telling me exactly what he said, and I want to know what it is that he said. It was at that point that Zach decided he was not going to break the bro code. He should have kept it all to himself, really, rather than tell Molly if that was the case. It was at that point he was going to protect Mitch, and all he did was say is, you need to speak to Mitch, you need to speak to Mitch. And it's more or less the same kind of information that Molly was giving to Mitch, that you two need to have a conversation and sort this shit out between yourselves, which is good at the end of the day, because bearing in mind on the next breath, Zach had told Ella B exactly what Mitch has said in terms of the fake comments. That would have made the situation a whole lot worse and would have blown it up altogether. And to be fair, that information really needed to come from Mitchell. If he was going to be open, truthful and honest with this girl, yeah, it really needed to come from Mitchell. But we know Mitchell is not that kind of man at the end of the day. So as it is, Ella B and Mitch go off and have their talk. And as again, Mitch is just proper full of excuses. And Ella B is right. If you're feeling a certain way, then come and talk to me, end of. Don't talk to everybody else and then I hear it secondhand. Come and talk to me directly if you are feeling a certain way, especially if it's about me. But Mitch is never, ever going to take that advice. He's not going to take that advice, because this is how Mitch moves. This is how Mitch moves. He is a giant red flag walking, and any of the ladies out there need to keep away from this man until he really learns how to mature a bit and come correct with someone, because how he's moving in this villa just ain't right. It really is not right at all. Because all I heard from him was excuses after excuses after excuses. But my thing is yes, Ella's told him all of this, but don't tell him what you need him to do. He should do that automatically. If he's listening to a word you're saying and taking it on board to change his habits and to change how he interacts within a relationship, then he should automatically know what he has to do. You shouldn't have to tell him what to do at the end of the day. Not a piece-by-piece autobiography. He should know what to do and what steps to take to make things right. And then you have the whole thing being said, and of course Ella B forgives him. After all of that, she forgives him, hugs him, kisses him, forgives him. And I'm just like, these girls, some of these girls in here are just too easy, man. They're just too easy to literally take that easy way out with these men once they've given them a flowery phrase or pretty phrases and not do anything else about it. This man has done an absolute wrong, and the way in which he behaved with it, painted himself the freaking victim for Ella B finding out. Didn't even comfort her when she was literally crying her heart out. He did not give a shit. He manipulated her and he gaslit the hell out of her, but yet she forgave him. I just can't. I just can't. Really can't. So then we get to the last bit of the episode where Ella and Ty have their final date. So they talked about, they reminisced over the early days, the issues that they had and where they've come to now. And the one thing I will say about Ty, as I've always said, that he's literally grown. He has grown in this villa. and he's able to communicate properly in regards to his feelings, his wants and his wishes. And then they ended it with Ty asking Ella to be his girlfriend, which she's accepted, which I was thinking, yay, it's kind of cute. I hope it does work out for them. All I'm thinking of is the distance between them two, because I know she's based in Scotland and he's like down south somewhere. So yeah, the distance is going to be hella huge, but if they really want to make it work, they'll make it work at the end of the day. And then they had to do their pick, and their pick was Mitch and Ella B, because as Ella said, Mitch is confusing. Their whole relationship is confusing, and Mitch doesn't really know what he wants. So I think all it's going to take now is really just another vote for Mitch and Ella B, and we'll know who the hell is going home at the end of all of this, to be fair. And I'm hoping Mitch does go home. He needs to go home. He needs to work on himself at the end of the day. But my renegades, that is where I'm going to leave it, and I shall be back very soon with another video upon your screen. As I always say, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and I'll be back to bless you very soon. Peace out and bye-bye.